Evolve your game and get a $100 bonus. Sign up now at TVG.com.
Sit close. He can go to the front if the connections want to. Where do you think he's sitting early on?
I think he's going to be probably in around the 5th or 6th spot. I don't see him on the lead. I don't see him being mid-pack either. I think he's going to be maybe 6th, about 5 or 6 lengths off of the leaders. Question for me is, he hasn't had any sort of a break since he began his racing career 6 starts back. Right. So he raced in October, November, December, February 1st. So he had about 40 days there from December the 18th to February 1st. Raced in March, raced in April, and here he is racing back in a month. So, you know, he's fit, but is he going to be a tired horse that final 1/8 or 1/4 of a mile in the Kentucky Derby?
You're right. He's had quite a few starts already, but Rick Violette Jr. has done a terrific job with this horse. And in between some of his starts, he would ship him down to Florida, to Palm Meadows, and just kind of take it easy on him, let him hang out in the sun and recuperate, recover. And yeah, exactly. And kind of have light training in between those races. But he did stay in New York, and then he had to go to Belmont for a little while, back to Aqueduct since the Wood Memorial. But he looks to be a horse who likes to fight and could be right there on the wire on Saturday. Let's go to post position 7, number 7. A big price here. That's Miss Artie, who was 50-1 on the morning line. Javier Castellano going to ride for Todd Pletcher, coming off of that very good photo, I'll say, there in the spiral last time.
Yeah, we saw him catching Harry's Holiday in the spiral, and hasn't raced since then. So March 22nd until now, and here he is. This is what he does. He can make a late move. His main track efforts haven't been the best, but his synthetic efforts have been good. I mean, if you look at his Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Santa Anita, exactly. he got 7th. I guess it wasn't, you know, a terrible race. He was, what, 4 lengths beaten in that race. But overall, I think he's done better on a synthetic track.
Here's the thing. His best 2-year-old race, as far as figures go, Beyer speed figure if you're looking at it, was on the dirt, and it was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And it's not like he's been embarrassed in any of his dirt races. You see his debut back at Belmont Park. He was a good 2nd, and then he went to the turf at Saratoga. I think he's a sneaky live long shot to get into the exactas or the tries in here, because he's going to be coming from off the pace. There's a lot of speed in here.
I don't see it.
You don't see it.
He was my my chuck it out yesterday, my pretender, so to speak.
That helps my case.
Yeah, he won't be on any of my supers, but if you can get him in there, you're looking at a big price.
Well, let's take a look here. Rested and Ready. Longest layoff for Kentucky Derby winners. And you have Animal Kingdom back in 2011 with 6 weeks. And then Mind That Bird back in 2009 with 5 weeks. As you can see here, 5 horses with 5 weeks or more. And 5-week layoff, Vickers in Trouble, Intense Holiday, Wildcat Red, General A-Rod. 6-week, Miss Artie and G2.
Yeah, well, they both won races towards the end of March, and with the new point system, you know, once you can win a 50-point race and you know that you're in, you don't have to race back and be in another prep. So they have the luxury of being able to sit back and train up to the race.
Here's a look. Canada-bred winners of the Kentucky Derby. You have to go back to 1983. Sonny's Halo for David Cross. So Miss Artie will look to become the 3rd Canadian-bred winner of the Kentucky Derby, and then he's scheduled to go to the Queen's Plate up in Toronto in just a short time as well, not too far down the road.
That'd be quite a sweep. Kentucky Derby and the Queen's Plate, 2 greatest races in each of those countries. Here's a horse that I like, and this is my livest long shot in the Kentucky Derby, General A-Rod. I think he's coming into this race exceptionally well, and he's coming in off of a defeat, which means he's not going to be bet because he didn't win last time out. But I thought there was nothing wrong with his effort in the Florida Derby. Didn't have the rail skimming trip like Constitution had, and, you know, Wildcat Red ended up finishing 2nd. General A-Rod was 3rd, but he's a battler, he's a gamer, he's got tactical speed, but I don't think he has to be on the lead. Never quits trying here. And 3rd, I really don't think the distance is going to be much of an issue with Dynaformer on the bottom. So I think General A-Rod at the price is a horse that you got to take a look at.
And here's the thing, too. That was his first start since that very good 2nd-place effort to Wildcat Red in the Fountain of Youth, where those 2 horses went at it early on, and they finished right there with each other on the wire. And that was a tough race, I thought, on both of those horses. And you see them come back there and finish 2nd and 3rd. And it's now the 3rd start off the layoff. General A-Rod has now had one of the longer layoffs coming into the Derby. So I think he could be a player.
Which is okay. You know, I think the Kentucky Derby is sometimes not about the best horse winning the race. It's the best horse on that day. Whoever has their horse pretty much ready to run the best race of their career. Has California Chrome already ran the best race that he's going to show us in the Santa Anita Derby? Maybe, maybe not. But I think General A-Rod is a horse that's going to peak in the Derby.